Testicles.
You started saying it yet?
Hello and welcome back to the Gamer's Tale. I'm Trent Gander. I'll be your dungeon master for this evening. We'll be continuing our Forging the Onyx campaign tonight. We have a full house. Last time, the party spent a lot of time hanging out with Mr. Black, who apparently has some sort of strange vendetta against these individuals referred to as Sentinels, one of which was reportedly captured and reprogrammed by the government of Gant Evos and sent after them, and is currently roaming Loburn, coming close to almost killing Isra Toadspore as he was going about his usual business within the city. Leaving him in the care of John the Butcher, who is still within their care, a pig, a elk, and a giant rat. The party went around the city, investigated the prison and the soul furnace before returning back to their quarters. We'll be picking up the next day. And before anyone says anything, I need 2 wisdom saving throws from Mia Moira, 2 wisdom saving throws from Brock,
What I do?
1 from Lundgren, 1 from Tread Scala, and 1 from Frederick.
What the fuck?
First roll.
We're gonna figure out. We're gonna figure this out in a bit. I hope. Hold on. Wisdom. Oh, that's my crappy one, isn't it?
I'm gonna
No.
let everyone else go first, because otherwise I'm gonna get so overwhelmed.
Where the fuck is it?
Let me
Dark
see.
ones?
Oh, it's definitely a crappy one.
Oh no, that's my good one. Never mind.
You know, I'm just gonna save my. I'm just gonna take that 5.
Both.
Let's.
Why
see what
couldn't it be a strength or a constitution saving throw, huh?
Just 'cause you know,
That's
I
the
know
only
it's
way to
10
kill
and 10,
barbarians.
No, wisdom's -1.
What? You're a barbarian. You should have high wisdom.
I know, right?
He chose high
What the fuck
charisma
did you
instead.
do?
He chose high charisma instead.
Yes, he's a barbarian.
Honestly, intelligence and wisdom are my dumb stats. Everything else is 18 or higher.
Okay. This is a thing now.
Mm,
Thing 1 or thing 2?
Oh God.
I already know what's going on, I think.
Pretty sure
Thing
I know
7.
both.
Trent, let me warn you.
thing 504,000.
If you kill if you kill Frederick, I am going.
I
to
will
make
eat
the
him.
Most. I'm gonna make the most obnoxious character I can think of.
Hey, I killed Frederick.
I cannot. Oh yeah,
Wait, who
the
the
owl.
fuck? What?
There's an owl named Frederick that got killed in our other campaign.
Oh.
Okay. Anyway, Frederick, everything's fine.
I doubt it. I don't believe you.
Miyamura, you feel like you want to take out that copper disc, but nah, not today.
Okay.
Brock, there's something in this room that you absolutely want. You can't put your finger on it, but it's somewhere in that room. Also, everything's fine. Lundgren,
Are you sure about that?
the day is also pretty much fine. Tread, Miyamoira,
I'm gonna start. Sorry.
you feel like someone's watching you.
I do.
Yes.
We're being watched.
Is it the pig?
Can I look around to see
I'm
if I
gonna
see
start
anything?
shuffling around.
Yes, you may.
And
I'm gonna do the same thing then if I feel that.
Yep. Not bad.
The room.
I'm gonna start shuffling around and looking for this object that I can't
Even
figure
better.
out what it is.
All right. You
There's
see.
no search. Would that be investigation?
what
or-
Yes. Okay. You can't find it. It's somewhere in here, but it's not underneath the beds.
It's the only place you looked.
They always had.
Tread and Lara, you
What's wrong with
see.
you guys?
Oh, I need to. That's me, Amora. There you go.
Yes. Tread Miyamura, you see Brock just start searching around. Everything else seems to be fine. It feels as if someone's watching you from a distance, almost as if they're using a means of magic to look at you.
I see.
Mia Moira she just kind of looks at Tread because she can tell he can feel it as well. Sklying?
Most likely.
Oui.
I'm trying to think if I can do anything against that, but I don't think I have anything.
I might. I'm look at my spells again. But I might.
It's called the Fuzzbuster.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. Actually, I can pretty much go from the entirety of the cleric spell list. So I'm gonna look at that. You guys continue.
They can't watch me if I'm in the rock. Cast meld into stone as a ritual.
Oh my god.
Just
could
kidding.
do
There's
that
no
too.
rock in here. There's no rock in here. Is
Yeah.
there?
The floor is wooden, but almost all the buildings within Loburn have
I'll be right
stone
back.
walls.
1 moment.
Hell yeah! I want a ritual cast meld into stone and phase into the wall.
So everyone, you see Tread Scala just press up against the wall and just kind of sink into it and disappear.
So am I with them since I've been kind of absent lately?
Yes, you are in the room. I'm assuming you're all staying
Okay.
within this room.
Yeah, we're all in the same
Yeah.
room.
Man, it must stink in there by now.
No, the chamber pots have been emptied.
Isn't there a spell for that?
Emptying chamber pots, I believe that would be Unseen Servant or
No.
Mage Hand.
Or mage hand with glove on.
Gloved mage hand.
Or
Also-
I guess you could have it give you, the stranger if you wanted to,
This is referred to as Dr. Mage Hand.
Ha.
So anyway.
Yes.
Sorry, I brought it to a screeching halt. My bad. Keep going.
But yes, Brock,
Oh, that
there's
was more-
something in the general vicinity of Miyamura. There's something there that you want. Not someone, but an object.
Damn, I was gonna say.
Love how you had to clarify that.
I'm just gonna I guess look through her immediate area. I don't know if she has a bag on or something. Maybe I can try to look in that.
She's got a number
It's
of
on her.
practices and bags and stuff that she's wearing.
Okay, well, I'll try and look through it.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm looking for something.
She kind of pulls the bag away from you. These are nice things.
Yeah, but I'm looking for something.
What are you looking for?
I don't know. I'll recognize it when I see it. I can't remember what it's called.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me know when you know, and I will look in my bag for it. Huh? Sorry, I heard the thing.
While in the wall, Tread just hears. Because he can't see anything, and all noises are muffled.
Such a great spell.
What is wrong with all of you? What are you looking for?
I don't know.
Isn't I cannot tell you?
Apparently not all of us. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, Brock started roaming around the room searching for what he doesn't know.
Did he lose his marbles?
I don't think so. No.
Did he
No, I
have
gave those
them?
away a long time ago.
Oh, season he does not have them anymore.
Oh wait.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I
didn't
can
know how
hack
much I
3.
loved Tread.
I don't know if I can hack 3 hours of this, but that was funny. I mean, to say he'll have to come out of the wall eventually, won't he?
8 hours.
Oh wow,
Don't
okay,
stay
that
in
was
there for fucking 8 hours.
that was longer than I thought.
We could get him out of the wall by force.
I am.
No.
I have a plan for this actually. This I know the scrying spell, and it lasts for 10 minutes. So I'm going to stay in the wall for that time. I am assuming that we are being scryed on. So if I'm in the wall, I can't see, things can't see me. So Tread's thinking if the scry is on him, if he's in the wall, he can't be seen, and everyone else can't be seen.
Well, just cover your eyes. If you can't see them, they can't see you, right?
That's
His wisdom's pretty good, not his intelligence.
Sorry, I'm still looking. I know there's a spell that protects you from scrying, but I don't remember what it is.
Protection
I
against
know.
scrying.
I know I don't have it prepared if it is there.
There's also anti-magic field.
Sorry, all. I'm back. Sorry about
You were
that.
gone?
Tread is in the
Yeah.
wall. Brock is
I'm-
executing warrantless searches and seizures, or attempting to. And Miyamura and Tread believe they are being watched.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I heard a really loud thud from upstairs, and so I thought my kid had figured out how to climb out of his crib.
Probably good to
He
check
did.
on.
Yeah.
He did not figure that out. Instead, he has figured out how to throw stuff across the room.
That's
Awesome.
this
Wow.
is this the new one?
Great.
No, this is the 1-year-old.
Okay, that's just like
Makes a lot
I
more
can't
sense.
wait for him to figure out that you come when he throws things across the room, so that he can throw things at you when you come to check the thud.
Well, no, he already throws stuff at me because like I'll put him in his pack and play, his
He's a
playpen.
little shit. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Yeah. I love him, but he is. But like that's our game that we'll play is he'll pick up a toy because it's in the middle of my living room, and then our coffee table's between us, and he'll throw it at the coffee table and see if he can hit me with it.
Oh,
And then it either misses or I catch it and I toss it back.
that's great for
Needless to
hand-eye
say,
coordination.
I'm really hoping for a baseball scholarship or football.
Or hand grenades.
They
Shot
don't-
put.
they don't-
For
they don't-
retirement money.
I mean, there are scholarships, but not exactly.
It's called the GI Bill.
There's also the
Yeah.
service academies, and there is an actual like ROTC scholarship. That's a whole different story.
He could anyway. Not only a professional knife thrower, but back to D&D.
So the spells apparently are not cleric spells. So
I don't
or
think I
they're-
have them
or
either.
Or it's higher than I can actually cast right now because I just looked to fits.
Mm-hmm.
So
Has 10 minutes passed?
10 minutes has passed, I would say, especially with Brock looking around for something. By the way, the urge to find it has stopped.
Do I still sense something when I step out of the wall after 10 minutes?
Make me. No, you don't.
Okay. It's gone. I believe we were scryed on.
I just not know who or what.
Well, we did
It's
just
yellow.
scry on something.
Mm,
Oh, yes.
it is worrying.
Yes.
It is not here for now, so we can continue with the day. Hopefully.
Yes. What
I
were
do
we
not
doing?
know I do not know. I really don't remember.
You
Looks
guys,
to everyone else.
out of DM mode, you guys had checked out the soul furnaces in the prison in order to figure out if you could break in and possibly free some people in order to kind of take over Loburn.
I think we realized that we really couldn't, since I had the layout of them confused.
Oof. So I found that D&D stat quiz.
Yay!
Okay.
Yeah.
Later.
All right.
Later.
John the Butcher is just kind of watching you all from his corner, which he really hasn't seemed to have moved out of except to like eat and go to the bathroom. He seems to be rather fidgety at this point.
Are you alright?
I can say quite honestly no.
What is wrong
Why?
with Elvis?
Well, I'm sure he wants to get back to his kingdom.
Well, there is that. I would like to go back to my kingdom. But I have not become the Tempest King through the normal ways, such as through bloodline. I came to it through conquest. So I've taken a few cities in my day. It does not take as much effort as you seem to believe. And you definitely have more resources at your disposal than I did. So if you need... He kind of rolls his eyes and a little bit. If you would need help with this, I am, in the case of the room, quite available to assist.
Will you help us?
Yes.
Thank you. What should we do?
Obviously-
I've only been talking about this openly in a room, and now you just now decide to say something, but that is alright.
Well, let me just say my frustration has finally gotten the better of me. Although I would prefer to... Ow. Although I would prefer to speak with Isra and Mr. Black at present as well, because it extends much beyond your small group. And then he shuts up for like
Okay.
the next 20 minutes, which is the amount of time it takes for Isra and Mr. Black to arrive at your guys' room at roughly the same time they have done previously.
I thought Israel was still passed out in the bed.
He might have left during the night.
Oh,
I know I should put more.
would I have seen it?
He probably would have left after you guys came back from checking out the soul furnace. Mr. Black probably would have removed him.
Okay.
Like the wording of that, he removed him.
So, knock at the door.
I can see who it is.
It is Isra and Mr. Black. Isra looks a lot better. His coat seems to be moderately patched. And they're generally just standing there. And
Okay.
Mr. Black just kind of pushes his way into the room without asking, without greeting.
Good morning.
Good morning. Slings the case onto one of the beds.
We believe we were just scryed upon.
He kind of whips around at that.
No.
You what?
Sorry, you cut out.
You what?
We sensed something watching us magically. I believe it was a scry.
Then our time is much shorter than we thought. Precisely. And the Tempest King gets up from his corner and walks over to Mr. Black.
Thank you, Mr. Tempest King.
Yeah. Yeah.
The time for us to act grows sooner than we'd wish, and the amount of time that we have apparently is slipping from us. Therefore, we need to organize our allies and make a play. Mr. Black just kind of like eyes him up and down, like, and who do you think you are, sir?
What is a
Alright.
play?
A play is a pretend on stage. Although I do believe he's using the vernacular in order to indicate that we need to act sooner rather than later.
What is it?
What is a stage?
We have a lot more things to discuss later then.
Like later. I do believe the Tempest King. He knows how to do this.
More than just know,
Valuable
I've done
information.
it.
Exactly.
Ah, the Tempest King. I've heard of you. Never met you until now. So... And he just kind of bows a little bit. It's a little condescending. Enough with the pleasantries. We must contact... He looks toward Isra. Who are the people that we're contacting in here? Oh, you mean the various cells. Well, we have... he turns to Greer and says, well, we apparently need to marshal our forces. I don't know why, other than I got stabbed yesterday, and he looks pointedly at Mr. Black. The other group says apparently the investors need to motivate them a little bit more. I have been distributing the money as was seen fit. I do not think that the sway is already to move. They are more logistical in nature, but the band might be able to be contacted. They might be able to send a few forces to assault the outside of the walls. And he kind of shrugs and looks at the Tempest King. Says, well, that's a lot better than actually I expected. We could seize one of the gates. I know we went through one of them. Where do you think they would be coming from? Yes, it just gives him like, how should I know? Shrug. The Tempest King just pinches the bridge of his nose.
Aren't
You're
they
my
to the
note.
south?
Hmm?
Aren't they to the south? I kind of remember something about that. You said that they were to the south before.
The band operates out of the southwest of Gantivo, so they would probably be coming from that direction.
Okay. They'd probably be coming from the southwest area once we can get a message to them.
I guess we should get the message to them. Isra, I think you have your itinerary for the day. And he kind of shoos him toward the door.
Try not to get stabbed again.
I wasn't planning on it. Wait, that came out wrong. No, I am not getting stabbed today.
Are you alright, by the way?
Yes.
You're fine?
My coat needs to be fixed a little bit better. You see that the stitch work looks like it was done probably by him and not in a as professional manner. It needs a new patch. Or 3. Maybe I can get the new cut. Who knows? And he gets up, he opens the door and closes it behind him. So, and this whole time, Mr. Black and the Tempest King have been standing about a foot apart from each other, like really up in each other's space. It looks like it's coming to a head a little bit. And
Alright.
without his eyes leaving Mr. Black's, Greer, was it?
Yeah.
How could you give me an assessment of how willing the people of the city are to fighting?
If it came down to it, I think many of them would, but not the majority. I think the majority would end up cowering in their homes.
That means we either have to give them a reason to cower or a reason to fight. It makes it a lot easier. Does it? I think so.
What is your plan?
Well, obviously, we need to secure one of the gates for this band to be able to enter. So we have external forces, and if there are any other ones operating within the city, we need them to strike as many places as they can safely in order to pretty much just make as many fires as necessary to allow us to either seize the keep, the prison, the soul furnace, or all of the above. Preferably all of the above.
See, me and Moira just kind of looks around the room. She has no fucking clue if that's a good idea or not.
Treads
She's
just
been in a
blink blink.
siege of her hometown.
I think the prisoners that are in the little shanty town would fight. We need to figure out about how many are there and try and get them kind of organized once we do start.
I can assume command of them, if need be. In fact, I would prefer it. But we have to decide whether we strike at the gates first and then attempt to rescue the prisoners, or use the prisoners to assault the gates.
Well, we need to take a look at how many guards are normally around the gates. See if we can take them out quickly in the early morning hours.
The Tempest King just kind of shrugs at this. And he's now more looking directly at you and has taken a few steps away from Mr. Black.
Once I can, I want to get between the two.
If we can actually get it timed right, having us assault the gate and the prisoners start a riot at the same time would work very well to dividing the force.
Yeah, so that goes into the logistics of things. Who would be rescuing the prisoners?
I'll go.
I can.
Blink blink.
Tread?
I can probably get a few people to help with that. Maybe I can get a hold of some of the other minstrels.
Send me as well.
Men of action. I enjoy this. So, and he starts kind of marshaling you. He gets Frederick and Grimly off to one side, and he sets Greer and apparently Tread and a few others. All right. One group will assault the prisons. The other will assault the gates. Who wishes to join either side?
Blink blink.
I'll go after the gates. That way I can contact. I can be there to speak with the band when they show up.
Me
I'll
too.
go. And me and Tread can go for the prison.
I'll go for the prison.
I will
So-
go where I'm needed.
Wait, who all is going? It's me, Tread,
Brocked.
Brock?
Probably
Do
the
you know what
Tempest King.
security is at the gate?
So far, it's only me at the
How
gate.
many guards?
We don't know yet.
I'll go to the gates with Greer.
Obviously, we're not doing this today. Today is the day for
We
planning.
should figure out. We should figure out how many guards there are at the gate. If there's less than 5, there's no point in splitting the group even. Because there's bound to be more than that prison.
It's also assuming we can't gain extra bodies from our allies within the gates. Within the city, I mean.
I can scout the gates. Same as I did the prison.
Stealth isn't one of my specialties, so I
Well-
probably shouldn't do any of that.
Well, there is something that we. Who was that? Was that Greer? Or
Grimly.
Grimly? I'm sorry. It's Grimly, not Grimly.
Grimly.
Okay. I'm sorry. I haven't played with you before.
That's cool.
Grimly, what is your character? I don't know.
Dwarf Paladin.
Dwarf.
Beautiful. How about me and you get arrested?
Okay.
We don't gotta be quiet then. We'll see the inside of the prison, and I can get us out lickety split like that. Leave your armor, leave your weapons here. We'll go to a bar, start a fist fight.
And
Let's
I
go
know
to a
bar
bar where
before.
there's some bad people at, because then I can really get into it.
I've found that all bars have bad people in them.
Some
We
are
could
just
always
lonely.
go to. We could
We're
always
going
go
to
to
the
the one
wrong
we first
bars
came here
then.
in.
It's a keg.
You don't wanna
breaking
beat
up-
up-
Go see Keg, and he might be able to help get some of the other people in. And he'll have information more than likely on the amount of guards at the gates.
So are you guys going to visit the keg?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll go with him so I can get some
Okay.
information.
Who all is doing what? I don't know anymore.
Me and
That was just planning before.
I can take someone with me to scout the gate.
Well, if me and Grimly get arrested, we can go ahead and scout the inside of the jail/prison. I can get us out in no time flat. We can be back
Two
up here
people, or
tonight.
could you take a third?
I can only get me and one other person out. That's why this is a two-person thing.
What if it's warded against spells of that nature?
I really doubt it, but if it is, we have people coming here the next day, so I mean, it won't be too hard. That, and I always have a sword, so
But how can we guarantee that you'll be in the shanty town and not the actual
I thought we were going for the actual like brick and mortar prison.
shanty town first, then the brick and mortar prison? All those other people are just being held in a shanty town. If we can get them to start rioting and attacking the guards, maybe then we can also get them to break the other prisoners free.
That's a lot
We
of
don't all
ifs.
we don't have to do it all. If we do have one of you into the shanty town, you can kind of lead them to break the other prison free.
That's a lot of ifs.
It is.
Honestly, I think the only thing we can only focus on one variable at a time. And we're either going to get sent to the shantytown prison or the brick and mortar prison. Either way, we're going to get more information than we had previously.
That also assumes they use the same prison for their criminals.
That is also true.
Wait,
That's
what?
Seems like a lot of variables.
As is the
I mean-
nature of taking a city.
Life is boring without variables.
Disagree.
What is a variable?
I strongly
Different things happen.
don't wish to sit in a prison while everyone else is fighting to free the city.
Don't worry, you won't.
All right, then.
You should not be so confident.
Why not? Are you worried?
Oui.
Worst
And
case scenario, one of us dies.
I do
Yeah,
not
that's
want
what
that.
happened last time you and one other person went into a place by yourselves.
And
I
I
died.
do not want
But-
that.
And got eaten.
But we did we did accomplish the mission. And I'm still here, so what's up?
Because sometimes the mission is not worth it. It is not worth someone's life.
Let me go speak with Kate.
Free in
and
the
we'll
city
see
is.
what we can do.
Freedom is, yeah. Wait a minute. You're telling me freeing a city, defeating evil, that's not worth a single life. But when I summon a demon, you get all bent out of shape. What the fuck is
Scout-
this?
Scouting is not worth it.
Oh, I'm not gonna die scouting.
You do not know that.
I will
If you go
bet you
into
money.
that prison, what
I'll-
if they know you?
Let me go and speak with Kate, find out what type of prisoners get sent to the shanty town, and how many guards we have at the gate to deal with.
I was under the impression that Tread and I, or at least I would like to, go and check out this gate.
Are you all right with being turned into a raven?
The Titus kind of looks at you like, what?
It is very exhilarating.
It's the best way to scout. No one will see us. Or they will, but they won't think anything of it because we will be birds.
I don't think I've ever been turned into a raven before.
I really, really wanted you to just turn him into a raven in the middle of that sentence.
I mean, how far is the gate from here? I feel like it'd be too long.
Well, it was from roughly around here. You guys went an hour or two over to the soul furnace and came back. So that's kind of equidistant. Not from here to this gate, which would be the one you've been checking out since that's the southwest one.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a little too far. That and
Yeah,
also
I
you
figured.
have weird birds coming from the Lonesome Night Inn. That's going to be yet another thing for people to be like, that's weird.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
If you'd like to come, then let's go.
He kind of motions toward the door for you to lead the way.
I lead the way.
All right.
I'm gonna head out and go speak with Kate, see if I can get some information on how to get people into the shanty town.
Is anyone else going with Greer?
I think me and Grimly should just go ahead and head to the bar, and we'll wait until you come and give us the word.
Okay.
I said I will
Alright.
go where I am needed.
Why don't you go with Greer?
Do you mind? As she looks to Greer.
I have no problem with it.
Then that is where I'm going.
And what have you, Lundgren?
Well, things seem to be pretty well taken care of. But I think I want to go to the keg just to hang a little bit and not say anything, just like watch everything, but not in a creepy way. And I won't be wearing my helmet.
You saying that makes it creepy? I hate to break it to you.
Yeah, people tell me that a lot. A lot of different things, about a lot of different reactions. Since I'm the common denominator, I'm beginning to believe them.
I also look up to Mr. Black. Have you heard anything back from the artificer about what I wanted to have made?
He just kind of looks at you and says, it's been 2 days.
Yeah, you said he's a good guy.
Yes.
He worked a little bit quicker.
There And he just gets up, takes his case, and leaves.
Without saying
Yes.
another word, he is out the door.
You must
For an
be
old man,
patient,
he has
Clara.
very little patience.
Of course he does. He's an old man. Like, I
He's
don't
old-
understand.
He's old and cranky.
He only has so
That's
much
it.
life left. He's not going to waste it talking to someone he doesn't want to.
No, all you notice this is that despite the fact that he has pale gray skin, there doesn't seem to be a line on him. He doesn't look a day over 30.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
acts like an
some
old man.
Yeah, we
suspicions
know
about.
we know he's very old. He doesn't even remember how old he is. He's been alive.
That leads me to believe he's either a Duragar, somebody had his memory, who had his memory wiped, or not human.
Durgars or dwarves?
They are. He's too tall to be a dwarf.
I was thinking he was something else because unless he had his memory wiped or reconfigured, how could you not know how old you are?
Pretty sure they're both.
You've been alive that long, you just don't know.
I have lost count of my age at
That's
times.
the thing. We know he's. I mean, he's seen one of the guardians or like whatever they are,
Yeah.
whatever they're called. He's seen one of them before, like, so he's been around for a few thousand years.
That, that explains a lot.
Has he?
Well,
Is he chopping out for everyone else, or is it just me?
No,
yeah, he's
everyone.
chopping out.
Okay.
Everyone's breaking up and chopping up.
Great. Great.
Too many people in the voice chat.
No, it's just
That
Discord.
could
Leave,
actually
Greer.
legit be it.
Probably.
Leave, Greer.
Yeah, just get out of here. Go away. Nobody wants you.
Bye bye.
Whoa.
Jesus.
hold on
Yeah,
on
right.
there,
But
comrade.
Miyamura likes the little one.
I thought, are you sure you're not confusing that with Pit?
No. She likes little things in a very different way.
I've got a little one for you who could take his place. Oh, okay, I'm done.
Okay.
You all also very
I'm
small.
a dwarf. Everything's small.
And I am an half giant. Everything is small.
But for the opposite,
Where are we going, Cleo?
Let's go to the cake.
All right. You
We're all
get.
splitting up. Woohoo!
Yes. Woohoo. So you guys, this actually take a little bit of time. So since Chetskala and the Tempest King left first, we'll deal with them first.
Okay.
Okay. You guys travel about 30 to 40 minutes. You get to about, we'll say about here. It opens up a little bit more, but there's still a cluster of buildings all over the place.
I would like to find an alley.
Okay. You can easily find an alley.
Tempest King, you seem strong, so this probably won't matter, but this will be a little taxing on your arms. You will be flying with your arms.
He kind of looks at you like he's trying to process the information just a little bit. Okay.
Many times when I transform others, they don't understand how it works. Your arms control your flight. I will show you. Don't worry. And I tap him on the shoulder and cast polymorph to turn him into a wraith.
The spell fizzles.
Does
Okay.
it still cast?
It does not.
Okay. That is odd.
It is. You normally tap people.
Yes.
Is this part of your culture?
It was supposed to activate the spell.
Interesting. Now, where does this leave us?
I am not sure. I'll try to wild shape into a raven.
You turn into a raven.
I like shrug as a raven and motion to myself with a wing, and then motion um to the gate, and then I like flap my arms a little bit to signify that I'm gonna go scout, and then I point my other wing to him, and then I point the wing back to my eyes, telling him, "You watch for me. Make sure I'm in the clear. If anything happens," kind of situation.
You have very expressive eyes.
I think I understand what you're trying to say. I shall wait here and make sure that no one notices. I guess.
Like nods in Raven? Question mark. And I'll fly off towards the gate.
As you leave the alleyway, the Tempest King just kind of like tries to leans up against the wall, like, great, now I'm stuck here. We go over to Greer and Company. So, about 20 minutes pass for you to get to the keg. It is full of early morning day drinkers.
Oh,
Go ahead and walk on in and start looking, see if I can see Keg around.
He is in a different corner this one. You remember that he kind of rotates among a couple of places within the bar. Doesn't stay too long in one place, in regards to like the same place every day in a row. So he'll stay in one seat this day and he'll go to another the next and kind of make a rotation around the bar.
All right, I'll the other ones that came with us, I'll have them go sit at their little area since they wanted to maybe start a fight here.
Ah, Greer.
Hey, Keg,
Hello, how can I help you today?
need some information.
About what?
And what type of people are getting sent to the Shantytown prison?
Well, those are mostly slaves from out of town. People are brought in, they are brought to the shantytown or the prison, depending on which has the space at the time, and for all we know, they're left there until they are transferred to the furnace.
What about people who get arrested for bar fights? Do they get sent there depending on which one's full or not?
No, those are stored among the local constabulary. There's a small, oh, I forget the term, a small jail that they have. Not everyone who gets arrested is sent to the prison. Some are held, some are summarily punished, and those who are deemed necessary to punish even further are sent to the prison.
How can we get people into the prison?
Well, how permanently do you want them to be there?
Just a couple of days.
In the prison?
Preferably in the shantytown. That's all they'll stay in there for.
Ah. Well, that's a bit of a question now, isn't it? Yeah, kind of thinks a little bit. I can't think of anything that wouldn't get you killed outright.
Any way we can sneak some people in with the slaves going into the shantytown?
Now, why would I know that?
because I know you. You know many different things. And if you
True.
don't know it, you can find out.
True. Mm. Give me a couple of hours. I'll see if I can get any information as to how to get people into the shanty town. And he kind of gets up and he goes over to the bar and pours himself a small drink before kind of turning around, seeing that you're still there. Says, "Well, go."
All right. And out of character, I completely forgot about the slaves.
Well, that's
I
it's
forgot
good that
that
only
there were
one
all
of us
slaves
did.
in there. All right. I'll go back to the others and go. Not doing anything today. We gotta wait for some information. If you get busted for bar fighting, you go to a local jail, not the prison.
Perhaps we could just
Most
walk.
of the people in the prison and the shantytown are slaves. He's gonna see if he can find out a way to get people in with the slaves.
They have a uniform, yes? The guards.
Are they for sale?
Oh, no, no,
We
no.
can probably
That is not what I'm thinking.
we could get some of them, maybe.
If they have uniforms, then I have a plan.
Do they
If
go
you
to a
will
bar
be
and
willing
drink
to
when they're
listen?
done?
I couldn't hear either one of you.
I was thinking, with what she said, we go to a bar that they frequent, follow a couple who are inebriated, and take their uniform.
Or, and she kind of lowers her voice at this, I can look like one of them.
I looked up, down, up. You can look like one of them.
I can. You do not believe me?
I've seen some strange stuff, but that does seem interesting.
Strange things, but apparently not strange enough. And she gives like a little smile at that, thinking she made the best joke in the world. Yes, I can do this. I just need to see what they look like. The uniforms.
I'll come back here in a few hours and speak with Keg again, see what information he has. Maybe we should go back to the room and see what information they have on the gate.
I would like to see one of the guards first.
Okay.
Even just in passing.
We can take a walk and go by one of the other gates.
I need the guards that are at the prisons, the ones that are bringing people in.
Okay then.
I need their uniform.
All right. We should probably start heading over there then, so they're not waiting us too long back at the room when they get.
I can go myself if it is. I do not need anyone with me. If you have other things you need to do.
I have a few hours to kill before I need to come back here. I have no problem running with you.
And then she looks to the others. Because I can't remember if Brockgreer and
Pretty
who
much.
all
I
came
think
with us
Pretty
here?
much
Frederick.
everyone.
Me. And
And-
Frederick and Grimley too.
We could have just
I'm
said that Treadskala and the Tempest King are the only ones who are not present for this.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I have a thought. Does Treadskala still have the bag of gold?
Probably.
I thought you took it
All
back.
the gold.
I thought you specified that you took it back last time.
No, I specified that I took the bag of the dust of coughing.
Okay.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, he did.
I don't remember that at all.
He said he takes out a small bag, which is what he always uses on Isra when Isra starts to speak.
Yeah, if he starts talking too much and gets annoying, I throw a little bit of dust at him. He chokes for like a minute and a half, and it's hilarious.
That's not.
Yeah, well,
It's something you got to be there for. Honestly, it's something you got to be there for.
I want to see that.
It's
now.
an ongoing thing. It's been going on since the very beginning.
Yeah, like
yes, but we haven't seen Isra in a long enough time that new people.
You're
Look, join the
shouting
village.
into your mic.
Sorry.
yeah.
How about
Mine's
now?
Fine.
My thought is, right, if these slaves are for sale, why don't a few of us pose as buyers, go into either the shanty town or the prison, either one, take a look at the people, right? Get a look at the inside, see what we're working with, and then leave.
Those slaves, I think, are being used for that soul furnace. I don't think they're looking to sell any of them.
I mean, we could always ask.
Mm,
Would Greer understand if, people did actually own slaves out here, or if these were just what the government does?
Make me a history check. You know that despite the fact that slavery is rampant within Gant Evos, is almost entirely government run for government purposes.
The government are the only ones who have slaves in Gant Evos.
why is no one else talking?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm not there.
I'm processing the information. It's like,
I
okay,
did talk
if it's,
earlier. I don't have anything to add.
if it's government run, that means that only government types will know about it, and it'll be harder for us to break in, like Frederick said. If we can get into that circle by some other means, his noble status or something of that nature.
I'm a noble from a country that they're at war with.
Okay, never mind. Yeah.
I mean, that's one way to get into prison.
But you may never get out. That's that issue.
You being my squire.
What?
That
Yeah.
won't work either.
Well, if they
That
know
won't
I'm
work
related
either.
to you, we're from the same noble house.
Well,
In this instance, they'd bust us
I
both.
had a different plan. Don't worry about it. It wouldn't
Okay.
work. It'd get him killed.
Oh.
We'd bring
suppose
you
we all-
back. It just you might die. Correction.
I might die. Yeah. It's like I might stub my toe in 5 minutes, I suppose, eh?
5 minutes later.
You're
Oh, God!
only going to be
No
mostly.
one is dying. No one
You
at all.
You're just going to be
Y'all
mostly.
broke out for like.
Everyone's
Listen,
breaking
I-
up.
What? I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Yes.
Breaking up with me now, dude.
How dare you?
It's not me, it's you. Sorry, I couldn't
Okay,
pass
right.
it. All right. What are you guys doing?
I'll like just
Trying to
ignore
crack this
my
nut.
plan. I don't have plans very often. Okay.
Myanmar and Grib were gonna go go by the shantytown and see what the guards were wearing. We didn't know if the others were gonna come with us.
No, a large group like that might draw attention.
As I said, I can go on my own.
No, two people's fine. 5 is not.
I'd just like to point out that the moment he said 5 is not, I had the procession from Disney's Aladdin start playing in my head when they have Prince Ali come in with like the 3,000 people that precede him.
Mm,
Anyway,
All right.
Alright.
This is. You guys go take a look. We'll hang out here. Yeah.
Right.
okay, Tread. You see that the gates are decently guarded. There's probably roughly 10 to 20 guards on duty at each and every at all times that you can visibly see. There are generally, because of how packed it is, there are a number of individuals who are kind of always in flux through the gates. But there's definitely a heavy presence because this is one of the only ways into the city.
okay. And out of curiosity, how thick are the walls?
They're not as thick as Sula, but they're probably 20 to 40 feet thick.
Damn. So
That-
much for that idea.
There's stuff built into them,
Yeah,
but
I
not
figured.
to the same extent as Sula though.
Yeah. Okay. So 10 to 20 guards, lots of traffic, and it's pretty darn thick wall. All right. I think that's about all I need. How well equipped are the guards? Are they like are they those Hell Knights or whatever?
No, this appears to be local constabulary. They are well equipped. They are probably about as well equipped as the knights that you guys fought, or men at arms that you fought in the plains when you were first heading towards them, when the guys who rolled up on you when you were by the pedestal. So it's not like there's one dude with a nightstick.
Mm-hmm. They're not equipped with magical weapons, but they're also not equipped with sticks.
Yeah. They're armed,
Gotcha.
they're armored. This is the land of citadels for a reason.
Okay. I will turn back and head to the alley where the Tempest King is. Or was. I don't know if he's still there.
When you come back to that alley, he has moved further down and to the opposite side, but he is still there. Oh, you're back.
I will turn back. Yes,
Yes, what?
there's about 10 to 20 guards. They are not Hell Knights, they are just regular guards, but they're pretty well equipped.
Hmm.
And the walls are too thick for any of my magic to be able to get through them another way.
I did not consider the use of magic.
I had.
He just kind of nods. Should we return to the others? Or should we return to the room? They're going to some bar, was it?
Yes. If you'd like to go to the bar, I would be all right with that.
I could go for a drink, despite the time.
Very well. And I will lead to the bar because does he know where it is?
I don't think
Either way, I'm leading.
He might have actually gone with you guys when you first got here because he was traveling with you, and that was before you got rooms.
we all went straight to kegs.
Okay, so he would know the general area where Kegs was. So you guys kind of ambled there.
Yeah.
30-ish minutes because it's in the same area, but not the same distance. Have you guys left the bar, or have only some of you left the bar?
Just me and
I
Mara
thought we
and
were
I have left
staying.
the bar.
Yeah, I thought we were staying until they got back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. I
It's
am
up to
just
you guys.
clarifying. I am just clarifying. All right. So probably 20-ish minutes after Greer, Mir, and Moira leave, the Tempest King and Tretskala walk into a bar. The keg.
I need to come up with a punchline for that joke.
We are the punchline.
My life is the punchline.
Oh.
Without hesitation, the Tempest King goes and orders himself a drink. Goes.
I order some hot water and take out my pouch of 11 herbs and spices.
They are a little concerned when you ask for just hot water. They do provide you it.
Thank you.
Okay. And you see the Tempest King kind of relaxes a little bit. He does seem to have the rest of the party in sight, but he's not with them in any of the chairs. He's just kind of by himself. Greer and Miyamura, you guys spend the next couple hours traversing the city and making your way to the shantytown.
When we get relatively close, I would like to kind of, I guess, just duck into an alley really quick, so I can use my disguise self.
Okay. Like a block or so from where you know the shantytown to be is kind of an open area over it because it's not as tall as some of the other buildings, but it's not as tall as the soul furnace. You duck inside and you turn yourself to look into the woman you were before.
Just like a kind of like an old kind of beggar woman, because I think that's kind of part of town this is. It seems like
Okay.
there's people kind of destitute.
The shantytown is not because of the poor people. The shantytown is there because they
I
needed
know.
space.
I know, but around prisons tends to be. But unless it's not like that up here, then she'll turn into whatever woman seems to blend in.
Yeah, this is the prisons and the shantytowns seem to be like they're anomalies in Loburn.
Okay.
So you
Then
turn
I suppose like a middle class human woman.
you turn into a woman and come out of the alley with Greer and make your way towards the shantytown. It has an excuse for a wall around it, you know, like kind of like a stalag, something like that. Only it's timbers and they're heavily lashed together and it's slightly reinforced. It's designed to deter people from trying to get out and in, but you think you could, if given a sharp enough axe, you could probably take down a decent size wall of it, given a couple of hours.
So explosions, got it.
I mean, looking in, can we see any of the prisoners, like in any of the areas, or the slaves, if they're still chained or any?
The walls are rather the logs are rather close together. You can try to make your way toward one of the gates and see if there's any like ways to look in that way.
I kind of, tug on her pant leg and like point towards towards one of the gates, but like away, not right at it, just off the.
And she just kind of gives you a little nod. She's trying not to talk.
Okay. So you guys make your way towards one of the gates. It has 2 Hell Knights on the other side of it, and a couple of what you recognize as town guards and Gant Evo's main military on this side of it. And there is a moderately open slatted gate. You can look into it, but it's not big enough to easily slip through.
And how do the slaves look? Do they look like they're still chained up? If I can see any.
They definitely are chained, and they are being led into the low ramshackle buildings that are put inside.
And the people who seem to be in charge, is that the Hell Knights?
It does seem to be like they are more in charge. You even see a tiefling with a ring of fire floating above his head, kind of marshaling things within the shantytown.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. And the Hell Knights, do most of them seem to be male, or are there some females?
Of all the Hell Knights you've encountered, most of them have been male. You've not seen any females. But that is unknown.
Okay. Okay. I got what I needed. And she kind of says that wordlessly to Greer that she's fine. She's seen what she needs to.
Alright, I guess we'll walk back to kegs.
Okay.
The keg.
I do want to slip down that same alley and turn back into my furball self.
Okay.
See what I mean? I could look like them if I need.
Okay.
But those Hell Knights might be a problem.
Not if I look like one of them. And I have slaves to bring in.
You did notice that there seemed to be a nearly continuous line of slaves going into the shantytown. At least one group went in when you were watching.
See? I believe
You
know
okay there,
what's
Steven?
planning.
Yeah.
Is it your dog?
No, don't worry about it.
Are you masturbating on Discord again?
Again.
I mean, I've found channels like that, but not this one.
Holy shit.
Oh no, I
I
don't
didn't
hate
understand
yourself.
what she said, and I'm really glad I did.
So, it takes... You guys at the keg have been waiting an hour or two. You wait an hour or two more. It's getting to be about midday. And Greer and Miyamura come back into the keg.
All right. So what's the plan? What's our play?
I have a plan. If you would be still willing to go in as new slaves? And possibly look from the inside? Is that still something you want to do?
If it helps free them, I'm down.
Yeah. Why not?
She's looking to everyone. So also Grin and Brocked.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes.
I'm gonna go over and speak with Cake.
No, I'll do it.
Tread comes up behind me and Moira. What are we talking about?
I don't think they will believe that you were brought in for that. But I'm going. It's about you.
You don't think they believe that I'm a slave?
No, Tread
No.
is very rare.
You're
To
not gonna
stand out. As I do.
Brock. If you go in there, you're not gonna go all like flashbacky on us, are you?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. Okay.
The Tempest King, who has
Nothing is
moved a little bit,
guaranteed.
the Tempest King has moved a little bit closer. It's like, oh, that's reassuring. It just kind of takes the sassiest drink of his beer.
Probably not. Probably not is better than yes.
True.
Also, the gate is pretty well guarded, 10 to 20 guards. Pretty well equipped, but no Hell Knights.
What's the split, top bottom?
What would that be? Like about 50-50? Or
There were probably about 5 to 6 who were on the wall, 4 at the gate, and that would leave 1 kind of going just around and kind of talking to the people and waving them through.
I say all of these things.
Alternatively, I could take them all.
You know, it'd be good right there. In that instance, for the gate, a demon.
No.
No, wait. Last time we discussed this, we said that we'd put it up to a vote, and I believe all we need is a simple majority here.
Sounds like a fantastic idea.
I'm gonna just whisper in Steven's ear. Could have just used the demon without mentioning it to her if she wasn't at the gate.
That's not necessarily fair. Me and her made a deal.
Okay, is the little shit actually here? Hold on.
Yeah, he is. He just at the mention of the demon, he just kind of like turns around in the chair. It's just like,
I'm going to attempt to backhand him.
okay, roll to attack.
It's probably not gonna work because I roll fucking shitty when it comes to attacks. Oh god. Okay, what is this?
Not
even?
20.
I guess strength.
Mm-hmm. Strength with your proficiency.
Then hold on. Let's do. That's a save, but it's still the same as my normal strength.
Okay.
And then add 4 to that.
Okay, so he tries to dodge, just. He's kind of like rubs his.
The adults are talking.
So I will point out that you literally just backhanded someone who looks like a child in a bar in front of a lot of people.
That's why she said the adults are talking.
He's kind of looks like he relocates his jaw just a little bit. Yes, child, the adults are talking.
I look at Keg as I was getting ready to talk to him. Hold on, don't interrupt this. I'll charge attack.
Oh boy.
Okay.
We are not using demons.
So yeah, you crack him for 17 damage.
No, that was to hit him. What? Oh, Greer. I was like, what?
So all of a sudden, this dart of a little line of a gnome comes in, just smacks. Looks halfling. I keep forgetting. They're the same in my mind. I keep forgetting.
Fuck you.
Ouch.
That's racist.
They're all short.
Exactly, that's racist.
This halfling comes in and just like baseball bats him across the face. You think he'd almost break his quarterstaff across him, and just flings Zolthar out of his chair and onto the floor.
Maybe that
You
is not
don't
quite.
talk
I'm
back
gonna
to her.
grab Greer.
I lean over to one of the other guys. I don't know who's around me.
Oh, is the plan
And I ask,
to get arrested still going on?
Shh.
what did I miss?
Zulthar very slowly gets to his feet.
Damn.
My patience is wearing thin, little one. And he turns and kind of looks towards Greer.
You don't talk back to anybody.
He narrows his eyes at you.
If I might interject here, Zulthar, you know how my companions feel about you. It's very obvious. You know how I feel about you. Let's work together on this. We have a deal, after all. And if I remember correctly, part of that deal is helping my compatriots. And you're not. And granted, I understand that they assaulted you first. I was witness to that. But maybe you being the bigger person here is important.
I said my patience was growing thin, not that it was gone. But
I know what both of those statements hold.
I would at least require a bit more respect to be shown to me. If I'm expected to show respect towards them.
I feel that that's fair. How about you guys feel that that's fair? That you not taunt the devil?
I
He
have
does
no
not
beef
need
with
to
them.
show me respect. I do not expect him to.
Well, I showed up here. I was immediately backhanded. I was referred to as a child. I responded in kind. I was then hit in the face with a quarterstaff.
That is perhaps a bit too far, Clea.
He likes to barge in to rooms and then insert himself into conversations without bringing himself up, without saying something first.
This
He
is a
deserves what
bar.
he gets for not having common sense that you go, oh, hello. You want to say something first before you interject yourself into a conversation like that.
He just runs his eyes over Greer a little bit. Well, I was going to bring up that perhaps our deal might be able to be brought into play here, and he addresses this to Frederick. Utterly looking like for the world that he's forgotten Greer's existence. I might be able to... He kind of not puts his head to side to side. I might be able to add some forces into this.
What did you have in mind?
Some of my contacts have been contacted. I know that's a redundancy. But there seems to be more forces at play that are willing to grant me access to some of my more substantial servants, particularly a couple of legions of horse, that I may be able to bring them to aid with the assault of the city. And his voice drops appropriately on this last part.
I'm all in favor of every bit of help that we can get. personally.
Me too.
I will put my quarterstaff away. I will walk out with my hands facing down. I am sorry I hit you like I did.
Hey,
I
can you
should have
guys
hit
give me?
you a little bit softer.
You should not have hit him at all.
Yeah, if you need a second, go ahead, man.
Yeah, just one moment. Keep going. I have to. My baby's crying.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll go back over to Keg.
Okay. Zulthar kind of gets back in the chair that he had been knocked from. And just like looks around at the rest of you. You were going to talk to Keg now, yes?
Yes, see what information he has for me.
Well, it did take some doing. I found out that most of the slaves that are brought into Loburn are mostly malcontents that are deemed too dangerous to be let loose into society again, or voiced strong opposition to certain policies that have been enacted within their own cities, or are just poor souls who have no other use. They are rounded up, they are used as cheap labor, they are brought here, and they are ushered into the shanty town or the prison.
That dart was an accident.
I was gonna say, are you throwing a dart?
No.
He's playing darts at the bar.
Okay. I do not know how to get into one other than having the worst of luck.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was all I was able to get. Although, I hear Vulcanolar have been contacted by an Isra of... what kind of name is that? It's strange. And
Very strange.
things are getting prepared. I don't know why they passed that on to me. But it is what it is.
Thank you very much, and I'll give him 2 gold.
Oh, thank you. Here, have a drink on the house. And he pours you a glass that is probably the size for a normal man. And gives it to you. Ow.
It comes in pints?
I was exactly thinking that.
Pint-sized beer.
Only this time you get regular.
Well, Kid goes back to his corner. And just kind of... The staff is busy, and things are kind of dying down in the afternoon before the dinner rush. And Zulthar's kind of like takes the hint that things are going slowly, and he just excuses himself and mentions that he will to Frederick that he will get his forces as soon as he can. Oh, this is gonna be great.
So we have to be malcontents to get in, or are we not doing that anymore?
I have no idea what you guys are doing, because I hear the plans are either we're going to sneak in pretending that we're a bunch of slaves, or we're going to get ourselves be made actual slaves in order to sneak in.
My
So
plan
slaves
is
and
to,
sneaking.
The reason I wanted to see... I have no fucking clue what you're saying.
You sound like you're being smothered with a pillow.
Sorry. It was I said, what about a full frontal assault? Just walk up, kill.
This is scouting.
I like that idea, except for bringing the whole city guard down on us.
Right now, we need you to scout. Figure out what is going on in there. Perhaps make friends.
Make some friends.
Get some of them inside on board with the plan.
Yeah.
Me? Friends that will fight for you.
Let them know what we are going to do.
You risk being betrayed.
True.
Fred just blinks. I'm not the planner.
My guy's actually kind of dumb, so I'm not a planner either.
I am also not very good at plans.
I know if we need someone to attack the gate, I can summon a lot of animals.
That's right.
Including the mighty mongoose?
No, he usually uses dinosaurs.
What about mongoose?
Monkeys or mongoose?
Mongoose.
Oh. The Tempest King carefully puts down his beer. It seems that we might be getting some extra aid from that small child, who I do know is a lot more dangerous than any of us give him credit for. This actually makes me feel very positive about our chances.
That is good.
It
I do
is.
not like getting help from him, so... The child...
Well,
I do not like it either, but we also should not antagonize him. Did I use that correctly?
Yes.
You did.
I think so.
Yes. he is far more powerful than I believe you, and motioning to me or Moira and Greer, than you give him credit for. He could have all of us killed very, very quickly if he wanted to. I do not
And probably
like
quite
working
painfully.
with. Yes, I do not like working with things from where he is from, nor do my people. But I am not working with him directly, nor will I. I just am not interfering. And I believe that is the wisest course of action for those of us who do not agree with it. Because if we do push him beyond a breaking point, it will go very badly for us.
He's relying on us more than you think.
I know that as well. But he still has great, great allies and great power. He has not lifted a finger against us despite all the slapping and hitting that has happened.
That is
He
because
has
someone made a deal.
Yes.
It's because he made a deal.
Unfortunately, there is nothing we can do about that deal other than to not be involved with it any further. We can just stand aside, keep away from it, keep our distance. It is my people have our ways. When we see something large and dangerous that we cannot fight, we leave it alone. I believe that is what we should do. If it just so happens to kill something else that is threatening us, fantastic.
I cannot in good conscience allow that. As a cleric.
Yes, we know.
I am sworn to rid this world of things like him. To work with one would go against everything I know.
That is why you and me and those who are not involved are not working with him.
If I am working with Frederick, and I am, then I am working with him.
Perhaps Frederick can talk to him to not show up when we're around then?
Seems to me he shows up when and where he wants.
I have
There's
voiced
consequences.
my concerns and the ways of my people. That is all I can do.
Yes, I know there's consequences. I saw that little child make a man into a burnt stain on a wall in less than 10 seconds. So believe me, there's plenty of consequences.
But what are the consequences of working with him? Not being against him, but working with him. They are far greater.
We're a bit stuck between a rock and a hard as far as that goes.
I believe the human saying is the lesser of two evils.
Yes, unfortunately it is.
This one seems to be more of a trickster type instead of a raw take over the world, so I can see your point.
It's not, I do not like it. If you do use his forces, I do not know if I can stay. I will pray to my God, and I will see what she says. But I feel if I do work with him, with those creatures, I could not in good conscience be a cleric. So do as you will, and I will.
He is
Talk to them.
evil, but we are not powerful enough to challenge his evil. We would simply be destroyed.
We do not need to challenge it, we just do not need to work with him.
True.
Trent's just sipping his tea.
So it is up to Frederick. And it is up to me to decide if it does come to that. What will happen afterwards? But I will worry about that. For now, though, what do we do?
I'm willing to pretend to be a slave to get into the shanty town.
You see, John the Butcher kind of gets up, stretches, and he goes and sits at a different table near one of the windows. This guy seems to get lost in thought.
What about Blocked and Fadalik?
I am willing to play the role of a slave to get into the shantytown as well. I will have to speak to Zolthar about the details of our deal. See if I can amend them to better help the entire party.
Isn't there rules against that?
Only one went to find out of character.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know how much my character knows about like pacts with demons.
I'm pretty sure
Devils.
He's a devil.
So he's a devil swing. Okay, pacts with devils.
Same principle.
Is it though?
Yeah, because I don't know. I thought like a contract was the contract, and that was it for you. But I don't know that for sure.
I would think that Devils would be willing to change a contract if it still works out in their favor.
As long as the deal isn't broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then how we determine like if the deal is broken or not, you know?
That would be in the actual contract.
That's up to Zolf.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
I told you I'm not the
I'm
smart
trying-
one.
I'm trying to
having dinner.
think.
We got a lot of
I'm-
not smart ones.
I'm gonna go join.
Okay, I have no idea what that was because all I hear is I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna go
Same.
join Greer for dinner.
He's here, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, wherever he's gonna go, I'm gonna take
I
buy
actually meant that
food,
in-
get some food.
Can I insight check the Tempest King real quick?
Sure.
Just when he got up and
Okay, what are you looking for?
just like what, like he seemed to be lost in thought. Is he like concerned? Is he irritated? Like, I don't know.
He looks like he's definitely thinking about something. You really can't tell what it is, but it seems like the conversation lost his interest, and he's now like taking some time to himself.
Gotcha. Okay. Sip the tea. Would anyone else like some?
Yes.
Wow. No
I'll take
hesitation.
An
some.
immediate yes.
I prepare my 11 herbs and spices tea.
I'm slowly drinking that giant glass of beer I was given. Very slowly.
I was gonna ask if you wanted some food to go along with that.
Yeah, should be a good idea. That much
Okay.
alcohol on an empty stomach is not. Wouldn't that be pretty?
Not unless you're a drunken master.
True.
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't
then I
think they
can
have
really
that
take up
here,
the
do
little
they?
demon boy. Do they have any food here?
Yes, the keg provides food and drink.
Okay, I get my food and drink.
Because bar food is awesome.
He speaks from
As is
experience.
the tea.
Okay, so you get a greasingly good meal out of this, Greer. Everyone else, whoever orders some, gets something similar. This is the equivalent of like a pub burger and like waffle fries. It's great.
Oh wow. Awesome.
If
You know,
they're
when I earlier said I was having dinner, I meant I really am. I had food delivered to me.
I would rather have the Lord's chicken, thank you. With waffle fries.
you get some fried chicken then.
Chick-fil-A.
I know. I'm trying to spin that into D&D. It's like what would they? You ask for chicken instead of like beef on your pub burger, and it actually tastes pretty good. It has a buttered brioche roll. It's surprisingly good food here. Just a little bit of garlic butter tops it all.
For a bar, fuck yeah, brioche roll. I mean, really?
Yeah, this is it's a nice Swedish, not Swedish, sweet-ish roll that pairs very well
I
with
would
the
prefer
grease.
Swedish.
And it's
This isn't a dive bar. It's a nice classy bar.
it's one of the
Then
better
what the
known
hell
bars.
are we doing here?
It's
Exactly.
a pub.
Mm-hmm. It cuts the fat of whatever they've drizzled all over this thing really well. It balances it out, so it's not like super heavy on the oil, but it's super heavy on the oil.
Treg gets grease all over his face.
Nice. He's extra shiny now. I keep having to remind myself that he is brown and not green.
Yeah.
Correct.
Racist.
With bright blue eyes too.
What?
Yeah. You
I
see the
didn't know
picture?
that. Oh yeah. Okay. Right. Okay.
I do not have the picture up because I would have 8 of those
Yeah.
and just cover the entire screen.
It's hard to
Even
see in the
worse
little
for me on the
thumbnail,
tablet.
but
I forgot about that. That he looks exactly like the little picture you have.
yeah, if you look up, I think it's an earless monitor lizard. That is
Look, by
straight
the
up.
face, it looks like a monitor. Yeah.
Yeah, that is straight up what he looks like.
But with
An
a
earless
scaly
monitor.
beard.
But with like a
With
bearded
beard.
dragon beard.
Bearded dragon.
Exactly. He's got a longer snout, basically a long snout bearded dragon with bright blue eyes.
I keep forgetting you have a beard.
Bearded
so
dragons
great.
can have bright blue. Did you know that? They actually
What's that?
can. Bearded dragons actually can have bright blue eyes.
Mm, they do have a lot of different varieties.
The one I used to had bright blue.
Mine are gold. My bearded dragon, I mean.
Oh, okay. First we went
Threads
to
are
blue
bright
eyes,
blue.
then we went to gold eyes, and I was like, "Are we color changing eyes here?"
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Tempest King takes his meal by himself. Still at the same window, same chair. Just kind of looking outside as he takes a bite of his extremely greasy burgers. You see he gets very distracted after that first bite. It's like, wow. Just kind of focuses a bit more on that. Oh.
Can Tread tell if he just seems like a loner type person, like he likes to be by himself?
Hello?
Hello.
I mean,
Yes. Hello.
sorry. Somebody was not. I'll be right back.
Oh.
All right.
I thought he was asking if we could hear him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. But no, it's fine.
Make me an insight check to see if he seems like a loner. Loner?
Yep. Well, apparently I know his backstory.
A long time ago.
You
No.
know,
In a galaxy
you know, she
far,
doesn't
far
know
away.
herself.
You can tell that he is kind of ambivalent toward company. He's not necessarily adverse to having people around him, but he's not shy about being alone as well. This seems more like he's thinking heavily about something, and things in the street seem to also be concerning him as well.
Okay.
And he also
So he's
really
worried
loves that
about-
burger.
So I get the
He's
feeling
worried about what he said before, and he's stress
doesn't-
eating.
yeah, he doesn't want anyone to come and bother him at this point.
It doesn't seem like he would mind, but he's definitely thinking heavily about something.
I'll go up to him. If there's anything you're thinking about that one of us might be able to help with, all you need to do is say something. I know I'm not the smartest, but I may be able to help.
All right. He says, kind of between mouthfuls. If you wish to listen, you may sit down.
I will see.
All right. I was thinking about how your tap didn't work.
The polymorph.
Whatever that is.
Yes.
Were you trying to cast a spell on me?
Yes.
It is not the first time something like that has happened.
Do you have a resistance to spells?
I wouldn't say it's a resistance. It was originally what I thought was a fluke. Years ago, when I became the Tempest King. Actually, immediately before I was the Tempest King, the current one attempted to blast me with something. It was orange and fiery. I have no idea what it was. I thought he missed. I took the opportunity, and I smote his head from his shoulders. After what you did, I'm thinking that perhaps that wasn't what it was.
Yes. That would make sense. If you like, I could try using something harmless on you to test it again.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Barkskin.
Bark. Okay. Is that a touch thing?
Yes.
Yeah, so you kind of place your hand like on his forearm, and you cast Barkskin, and nothing happens. The spell is expended, but nothing happens.
Interesting.
Dude's completely impervious to magic.
So it appears.
That spell didn't work either.
What was it supposed to do?
Turn your skin into bark.
That sounds painful. Why would someone do that?
It's defensive.
Kind of puzzles over that a little bit. How?
It's harder to hurt you if your skin is bark.
But my skin is bark.
It's still skin. It still functions like skin, but it is hard and bark-like.
Okay. Takes another bite of his burger.
It would have caused you no harm, and I could end it at any point if it worked, but it didn't.
That's normal?
For it not to work? No.
But people do things like this normally.
We do.
Bark skin?
Yes.
I use these spells almost every day for some reason or another. I just turned Mia Moira into a raven the other day. Yesterday.
It was very fun. She pretty much just heard her name for the other table. So that,
I said it right this time.
You did.
I'm getting better.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. That is the phrase, right? Whispering to the.
He kind of leans forward. It is. He's a little amused now.
I am doing well today.
Aww. Sorry.
It's okay.
So it seems at least the spells I've used do not work on you.
It does seem that way.
I'd rather not test it, but there are also harmful spells that we could try, but I highly doubt that is a good idea.
Definitely not in a bar.
Or at all.
Or while we're planning on, taking over the city, and he kind of starts chuckling at himself, like what an absurd thing to say. In the next couple of days, things going down.
I wonder, what if I were to try to scry? I can't do it today, but I wonder if scrying on you would even work. Me and Moira, what?
Wounded. May not be able to heal wounded.
Yeah,
Right,
that's something I was thinking of too.
It may not be able to heal.
Why?
It was from, yeah,
Why?
I think he was trying to say that healing wouldn't work on him either.
Okay.
Yes. That also depends on if he is impervious to all magic, or is it schools of magic, or certain types of magic. You can't hear me, can you?
I've cast
Sort of.
buffs on. I just cast a buff on him and it didn't work.
Nothing that can touch him.
It doesn't even have a save or anything.
Okay, so it's just maybe it's just all magic.
Out of character, I'm like, there's a thing that's missing there, but I can't say it. I don't know what's going on in
certain
character.
I don't know what's going on in character, but I think I know what it is.
I know neither in character or out.
I don't know it either way. Whatever everybody else. So yeah, whatever.
I don't want to metagame.
I wonder. Can I try one more thing?
He kind of holds his hands out, like, go ahead.
May I poke your finger with this small knife?
Kind of cocks his head. It's like,
I want to see if I can heal you.
okay.
I want to do it without causing significant damage.
Wait, so you don't just like slam it into his hand on the table?
Yes.
Okay.
Just cut his finger clean.
I just hand it to him so that he can do it.
Okay, he goes for a little bit higher up on the arm, and he just carefully nicks himself in a place that's not going to really hurt or impede his ability.
And then I'm going to try first cure wounds. First level. That is touch, if that matters.
Nothing happens.
Okay. And now I'm going to try healing word.
The wound begins to close up.
It seems touching does not work, but ranged might. I tried a spell that works from a distance and it worked, but a spell that involved touching did not.
Okay.
He just kind of
Interesting.
looks at the wound as he was like, I don't think that's ever happened before. He kind of rubs the spot.
Would you mind if I tried to polymorph you one more time? I can do it from a distance
by all means.
All right. And I'll just turn him into like a mouse real quick. Mouse?
No mouse.
No mouse. Okay. All right. That's interesting. That didn't work even from a distance.
Hmm.
This is. Have I ever heard of anything like this?
Make me an Arcana check.
Oh boy.
It's
It's
a
actually pretty good for me.
Oh wow.
That's decent for Trent.
There are people and they have magic. There are people who might not have magic. There are people who might have a little magic. There are people.
I cast broadsword.
I don't think that works.
Strength Wizard casts fist.
That comic was
I do not know what this could be, but perhaps one of my party members might know.
not unless somebody, I don't know. I mean, I could see if I remember anything, but I highly doubt it.
Should we include them in this conversation then?
I believe we should bring it up when we are in the privacy of the room.
All right.
Thank you for telling me.
You're welcome.
This is something I can learn from. I wish to learn about your people, all of these people. I know very little about them.
I know very little about these people. Other than dark tales come from this land and have been spilled over into my own. And then I was kidnapped and brought here and put into forced labor.
That does not sound fun.
Far from it. Far from it.
The same happens to some of my people.
It's unfortunate. Well,
We kill and eat the people who do it.
Good.
If we find them.
In that moment, you could hear when he was like, "Why the fuck am I here with these people?
Yeah.
What did I get myself into?"
I'm sure he's thought that several times. An hour.
He kind of glances over toward like Myanmar and Lundgren and them, and like, glances out into the street and back at Scala. Is this a regular thing that happens?
What?
The eating of people?
With my people, yes. Usually with the dead.
Usually, so there's times
But
when there's not.
Also, yes, intruders and slavers, we take and prepare and feast upon.
Alive.
We usually kill them first.
Usually.
You keep using that word. I do have to get me to do that.
What do you think?
Do you mean that are there like special rituals where they are still alive when you eat them, or what?
They die quickly enough. They die quickly enough, whether they're alive when we start or not.
It's kind of see he kind of leans closer to the window now, a little bit farther away from Tread. Like he looks at something in the street.
You do not need to worry. I do not eat the living unless they deserve it.
I think that's reassuring. I feel like it should be.
I have not eaten a living being outside of combat since I have been.
You're not helping your case, dude.
I was about to say I haven't eaten a living being, period, since I joined this group, but then I realized I use my. I have an ability called Hungry Jaws where I literally eat things in combat.
You've eaten like 6 different people.
I have.
Different parts of people.
Wow.
Fingers are the most delicious.
Okay.
I love Ted.
Tread is amazing.
Am I close enough to put my hand over his mouth?
No, this is a private conversation between him and
Your hand is far too small to cover my snout.
Yeah, you'd have to like
You have to
use 2
alligator.
hands to clamp it shut. I think I'm the only one that can
Belt
do it with
around
one
it.
hand.
Taking a strip of leather would probably be the best way, like shutting the jaws of a crocodile.
You see, like, the Tempest King, like, pulls his hands off the table and, like, hides his fingers behind it.
You are a friend of the party. You have no worry.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're dead.
Oh my
Yes.
god, this is awesome.
Like I
I
said,
didn't actually hear that though, so I won't say that part.
excuse me for a little bit, and he gets up. He goes over to the rest of the party. How long have you known that Tread has eaten people?
A while now. He's eaten me, actually.
You see this, like, this study in shock on his face.
So I'm just
I'm-
kind of looking at you like, what?
I was already dead. It was a whole thing. It's all right.
It's
What?
I'm with Frederick, right?
Yeah, he came over to the rest of us.
Okay.
He must
So-
not be very good at eating you if you are sitting there.
It's a long story.
Yeah.
A
it's-
very long
Well, you have piqued my curiosity now.
I am wondering how you
Back in
came back
private,
without a body.
So he didn't like eat me individually. He ate like the whole body
He
in
swallowed.
one. Yeah, he was a giant
I'd like to
snake.
sneak up behind the Tempest King right now.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Oh dear.
Okay, it's pretty
Oh
stealthy.
man.
I could not transport him by myself, so I turned into a large snake and swallowed him whole to carry him out.
Oh, so you did not actually.
No, he ate me. He swallowed me
According-
in his stomach.
According
but
to
he
our
didn't-
traditions, we do eat our own dead, but I knew of his traditions at least a bit, so I did not.
So
Was
he
that is what I
somehow
mean? Snakes have very different. What is the word? Things.
Shred
So
Scholar
you can-
here has great command intestinal tract.
You can choose not to digest something.
Snakes can.
I threw him up.
This is a weird group of people.
I also used my herbs and spices to make him not smell as bad as we traveled with his body.
As I hear all this, I say fuck it and just down the rest of the drink.
You get a little. It kind of goes around your face and starts kind of dripping down your your clothing and stuff, and
Oh, no.
the room starts kind of spinning.
Are you passed out?
Not yet.
I don't know if I have a spell to purify from alcohol poisoning, so he better be.
No idea what you just said.
He doesn't know if
I
he has a
could probably-
spell.
I could probably cure alcoholism.
Oh, I know I can.
Oh,
Alcohol
okay. I was
poisoning.
gonna say I don't think I can cure alcohol poisoning, so he better be careful.
Oh, I like how Brox is just
Sure
like,
can.
it's not curing alcoholism, it's just the effects.
Mhm.
I wish I could cure the effects.
It's called pickle juice.
It's called drink enough water before you go to bed and you won't have a hangover.
Oh, I know. I know. That or you.
I
puke it
tried
up.
that once and then I puked and went to bed and still had a hangover.
I think you're
Well,
supposed to
Drink
keep the water in.
after
Fair
puking.
enough.
Well, drunk
Okay.
me didn't realize that I was supposed to keep the water in because, hey, I drank some water. I'm good.
All right, that's fair.
The Tempest King now like pulls up a chair for him and Tread on opposite sides of the table still, but it's a start. He's now seems to be a little bit more in with the people.
He's
Hip with
in
the
like
kids.
Flynn.
I succeeded in my secret mission
What secret mission?
to get him to join the party.
Okay.
You chose a very odd way of doing it.
It
Tread
worked.
does what he does.
Are you speaking in third person?
I'm just using the character voice because I like to.
Oh, okay.
Fair, fair.
That voice is awesome.
I do enjoy speaking about my people. Do not get to do that very often. And I learned so much from all of you.
There's plenty more I could teach, but my people are not that interesting. Well, not to me.
Do
Anyway.
you eat your party members and then barf them up later?
Oh no, we burn our dead. It is very hard to bury people in frozen ground.
Then yeah, not as interesting.
I burn my dead enemies.
If you eat them, they also are not buried. And they have use.
Are you trying to convert me over to your way of doing things, Tread?
No, I am just explaining why we do what we do.
All
In
right.
other races, cannibalism causes insanity.
What is cannibalism and what is insanity?
Those are fair questions.
Cannibalism is eating your own, and insanity means, well, kind of look at the city. It's pretty damn insane.
Well,
Eating people is viewed as making things very crowded.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I am
I
very
almost-
confused.
It is the opposite.
I almost want a beer, but I really shouldn't. So I'm just gonna stop now.
But if things are very crowded, would it be better to?
Shh, 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 shh.
I'm very confused.
And I think it's a good idea to order another drink.
No, you already finished the whole thing.
there's no stopping him
You-
now. They
you're
bring
all
him
fi-
appropriate sized
Stop,
drink though.
stop.
They
Okay.
give me a
So he gets a
regular
little-
drink.
So he gets a little thimble full of beer.
Roughly, about the size of a human fist.
I point at the glass I was given and say, another one of these.
The attendant has this why me face on, and he takes it and he fills it again. He comes back and gives it to you.
Careful, wee one.
I want to try and stealthily cast, if I can, purify food and water.
I take a big drink of it.
No.
Damn it! I'm not that fast. I'm not gonna be doing that. Never mind.
I'm not drinking all of it though. I'm just taking a big drink and then putting it back down.
Okay, then now I'm gonna try and do that.
Where's the player? Oh, never mind. I got it on my desktop. Discord.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Why do I not have a drink?
I don't know. Why don't you have a drink?
be in order.
Because
Give
for
it a
once
good
in your
drink.
life, you're trying sobriety.
Well, I tried
That
it.
can't be it.
This sucks.
You have to try longer than a day.
Oh, what is
Nope.
your
Day's all I
passive?
need.
What's your passive perception, Greer?
I,
13.
I think I was able to do it.
yeah, you purified.
Was
You purify his drink.
I?
He doesn't seem to notice.
Would that technically remove the elf?
I haven't taken
Yes.
a drink yet.
Because it's kind of meant to have the elf.
Exactly.
Well, technically, the fermentation process kills off bacteria, so that would technically already be purified.
The way it works is it's kind of like a cure, like, or get rid of poison kind of thing.
Oh yeah, alcohol is considered
And
a
alcohol
poison.
is poison. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sober now.
No, it's just on your next
No.
drink, and so as you take your next sip, it's like, who put water in my glass?
I can make you sober with a lesser restoration.
Oh yeah, because that cures poison.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah,
I can do
The
that
one
too.
who is
Okay, we
talking
got
about
2
eating
people.
wants to make me sober. No, thank you.
I'm gonna go
I do not
get a
understand.
bottle of port.
Okay, you get a bottle apart.
I quietly cast Aura of Purity on myself. And this whole establishment's gonna be pissed pretty soon.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, that means everybody will quickly
What'd
become
you
sober.
Yep.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Let's see. Can't become diseased, has resistance to poison damage, and has the advantage on saving throws against effects that causing the following conditions: poison, stun, death, and all that stuff. So yeah, basically they have a lot higher fortitude against being drunk.
It
Means you
doesn't
can
kill
drink
their
longer.
buzz, but it makes it harder for. Yep, it makes it harder for them to get drunk.
So
So they'll sell
Exactly.
more
instantly
alcohol.
got like 40-year-old alcoholism tolerance in like 5 minutes.
Note to self: Paladin bartender make millions.
Yeah,
Thinking
exactly.
the same thing.
Wait, whatever did happen to that plan of opening a bar, Steven?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We abandoned it after we discovered another character can make $20 million a day. $200 million.
Jesus Christ! You guys crashed the economy.
We,
Several
we
times.
Yeah.
ruined the economy of an entire country.
You're terrible.
Everyone is if you play enough
Yeah.
force.
Well, originally it was just it was a really cool trick to kill something. But then I went further and was like, "Oh, could I do this?" And Trent said yes.
You'd think the
God
cannibal
damn it,
would be the
Trent.
one pushing. You'd think the cannibal would be the one pushing people, but no.
I just
Well,
wanted to kill someone with a 5 foot by 5 foot block of fucking gold, which I did.
Next time it has to be platinum.
Dude, that's like my character in the other game. That would be something Grog would do just because he can.
Just summoned it right out at midair. Just boop.
Oh no. He would have picked it up and slammed it down on him.
So summoned it, but then been like, "Nah, I want to do the dirty work."
I want the visceral feel of it.
Oops.
Oh, I forgot about that. I thought you had that.
Yeah, me too. Sort of. Although there have been a few times that I didn't bother to mention that I actually paid for anything.
Yeah.
See, I have a similar feature like that, but it's more like everyone's like, "What the fuck is she?" So they just keep looking at me.
That fast.
What?
Yeah.
That
What?
Sorry.
All I hear is that fast.
I'm
Yeah.
cutting out again, darn it.
Like, you've been cutting out like this entire time.
I'm at Discord says I'm at 3 bars.
Just
Yeah,
was a
there we
lie.
go.
When it's red 1 bar, I have the most steady service.
Okay, well.
Just
Yeah, I think being 8 feet tall would do most to the.
I agree. 8 feet tall would do something as well.
8'2", thank you.
Yes, okay.
Well, she's 8 foot as well.
Yeah,
exact opposite of Greer.
2'8".
Yep.
yeah.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
See, I'm at least 4 feet.
True.
You have 4 feet?
What?
If I
Anyway.
didn't know any better, I'd say you were mocking somebody else.
The
The temp-
midget in the group.
Yeah.
The Tempest King gets up and gets himself another beer. He also brings ones for Tread.
Aw.
Thank you.
Tempest King don't
How
know
that
that.
counts.
It is the custom of the soft skins, and he will try to drink it, which is a little hard with the snout, but he'll try it.
You put it to your snout and then use your tongue to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just.
Or just open your maw and dump it back, dude.
This does not taste good.
It's the acquired taste. Much as I would assume people are.
He tried this
Most
and hand him a bottle of port.
likely.
What?
Try this. I hand him a bottle of port.
I don't think he likes it.
I'm still sipping my tea.
I'll sprinkle some herbs and spices in. Try it again. Does not work.
Wait,
I am gonna try.
did you sprinkle herbs and spices into my wine?
Oh no, his own. He wasn't gonna take yours.
Well, I handed you the bottle.
Yeah,
It's port
taste
wine.
it, hand it back. By the way, he put his tongue in your drink.
Oh God! By the way, that stealth roll is to get to the bar and get me some more drink.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
You managed to
Oh, you-
get another thing.
You're probably sobering up by now too.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
ask for like whiskey or something because this group is going nuts, and I don't want to be the sober one.
I'm just
That
gonna
will be me.
stare at my bottle for a while, and then slam a bunch of it because I don't care.
Suddenly 30 masked men come in and start shooting up the place. No. You manage, they give you they give you an appreciable shot of whiskey.
Oh, I drink it all right away.
Okay.
Do any of you speak Draconic by chance?
No, but you could write it down for me.
My people do not use writing very much.
Do you
Moira does, might maybe.
Do you speak Undercommon or Giant?
I know Draconic, Druidic, Sylvan, and kind of Common. Mostly, I'm getting pretty good at Common.
You're getting better.
It's a
Thank
common
you.
choice.
I speak Dwarven and Common. Bad at both.
I am very fluent in Giant.
I
But
was
not
just
Common.
hoping I would be able to speak in my tongue.
Do you miss it?
Yes, it is much easier to speak in my own language than this new one, the newest one to me.
If I get back and I hear that, you can teach me. I'll try and learn how to speak your tongue.
And he just starts speaking Draconic, just straight into it.
But you have to agree. You have to admit to him, it'd be like a little lizard squeaking at him.
What?
What?
If Greer were to speak Draconic, it'd be like a little lizard squeaking at him.
Like, I
Oh,
That would be pretty cute.
I forgot about that too.
This reminds me of
Very
Cheap.
poisonous.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just making fun of him because he's smaller than me. I'm a dick like that.
Yeah, we figured.
You are what you wish you had.
Wow.
I do not understand.
It's all I did not need to.
I drop my aura and just let all the alcohol that he's drank recently just pour, just hit him.
All at once.
Oh wow.
Make a con save.
Oh.
Oh.
You don't
How
fall
in the
unconscious.
fuck?
You do, however, feel very much the urge to vomit.
I don't want to vomit in here.
I could clean that up.
That no, I'm not going there. Gur rushes off, looking green around the gills, and you just hear horrendous noises. In the pub's restrooms.
They have outhouses attached to the pub?
Yeah.
Or is it just a trough?
Maybe.
Yes,
Indoor plumbing.
both.
How else is there going to be sewers here?
So yeah, I'm just kind of smirking as I sip my tea.
Trent will give his drink back to the why am I blanking on his name again?
Tempest King?
Tempest King, yes. I thank you for the gesture. Gesture? Is that correct?
Yes.
It is.
I am really getting these words today. It is very much appreciated,
Appreciable.
but I do not drink this.
I'll finish.
Oh my
not-
god, my dogs are going crazy over the tiny squeaking frog.
That thing's fucking awesome.
I do not wish to offend you, but my people do not drink this. Would you like to try some of my urban spice tea?
You know, why not?
It is a special combination of herbs and spices that my people make, used in all sorts of rituals and food preparations.
You see that you can see the thought visibly flash over his head when you say food preparations. It's like people.
Eat it and you will be prepared for food. I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Sure.
Yes, we do use it for when we eat other beings, but we use it for all sorts of other things too. I believe the soft skin word is incense.
That's usually burned.
Yes, we can do that as well.
Okay then.
It is multi-purpose.
Now the Tempest King is now like a mom listening to her kid talk babble on about school. Like, that's nice. Okay, honey, that's cool.
I have friend.
Okay.
I assume you prepare the tea.
Yes.
He seems to like it. It's very addicting.
Um,
Hey, I'm gonna cut out a little bit early. I gotta take a shower and go to bed and get up early. So you all
Alright.
have a wonderful night.
All right.
All right, catch you later.
Apparently
Have
one.
a good night, man.
You too.
Good night.
See you guys in a
Alright.
couple weeks, or 3 or 4, or whatever happens.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently one of the 11 is tobacco. Just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
Because he said it's addictive.
Christ.
Sure, it's not opium. Are you really sure?
Oh no.
Just some extra strong poppy seeds.
Jesus.
Don't be going for a pee test.
They don't have pee tests.
Wow. The ancient Egyptians actually had the most accurate pregnancy test for their time. With 70% accuracy.
But
they
that's
could-
not a pee test. God.
It is a P test.
Well, it depends on what
It's
you're
not a
testing
drug
for.
test.
You're correct. It is not a P drug test, but it is a P test.
That is interesting. Irrelevant, but interesting.
Well, no, you guys said
So-
they didn't have any P tests. They have a P test. All you do is you pee on barley. If the barley
But-
sprouts, there's a
but-
70% chance the woman's pregnant.
But
Hmm.
where are you gonna use that barley?
Not anymore.
I mean, you could still use it if you really wanted to.
Sprout it.
Fucking
I-
weirdo.
I will point
Plant
out
it.
that barley was considered the poor person's crop within Egypt and the Middle East.
So once it come out, can I like, if it wasn't affecting me, would be able to tell that he did something with that fucking smirk he has? He probably still has on his face, even though he's not.
Possibly.
Not here, darn
yes.
it.
What was that?
Yes.
Just
Oh, I
yes.
don't even have to roll insight. Yes. Okay. I will. I shall remember that.
What?
Greer will remember this.
Greer's gonna find somebody else to hit.
Has anyone
Apparently
else
he's not allowed to hit
not
the
tried?
demon anymore.
Has anyone else not tried the herbs and spice tea? Would you like to?
What tea? Sure.
My tea.
I've got
Get
enough
this
of it in
taste
my
out of
wine.
my mouth.
The tea of my people.
Tee.
Tea.
Sure, I'll try it.
And he'll just prepare tea.
All right. As everything begins to wind down, people try all the various different drinks and beverages that Tread is either making or is provided at the bar. I need Tread, Miyamura, Lundgren, Frederick, and Brock to make wisdom saving throws again.
No.
Hold.
You said Frederick?
Mm-hmm.
Have you considered the fact that I don't want
Yes. And that's not
and
a
I still
factor.
got-
Wow.
Dab. You can't see me dabbing, so I have to say that I dab.
I
You
can.
don't.
Yeah. All right. Skylar, you feel watched again.
You're being watched again.
Brock also feels watched again, as does Miyamura. You're a pub, Frederick and Lundgren.
If someone tried to scry us, they can't scry us again in the same day if we pass the first one.
If it's the same person.
Okay, that presents a bit of a sticky wicket.
And who says they're scrying a person?
They would have to know where we were,
Yes.
or an item that we have.
Or they just have to know us.
Yes.
Or a picture.
What is a picture?
Sky Voice says picture.
I heard you, Sky Voice. Skull Cow.
Bong.
You saw Skull Cow in the middle of a crowded bar.
Almost upsetting the table. Tread stands up straight and goes, Skull Cow.
You see the skull
Doing the
cow?
whammy.
No, but perhaps the Skull Cow could help us.
I forgot. Sorry, that's my.
All right.
I mean,
When we return, we should return, and I should meditate on the Skull Cow.
Skull Cow.
In the distance,
I-
cowbell.
I need to play to my own gods as well. That might be a good idea. If people can walk, that is. She looks to Greer specifically.
I'm walking just fine.
All you?
So we're leaving them?
I got forced to puke it all up.
Be
Did
wary.
you?
Whoever is scrying on us knows where we are.
We should leave.
I did not think it was going. At
But it
least not
could
on
be.
us. But
Perhaps.
What would they be scrying on? What would somebody want that we have?
I
Maybe
believe
that item from the bank.
we should continue this conversation now.
Tell us your secret plans.
In private.
Oh, yes, away from
We should head back immediately.
yes.
I'm just gonna pick Greer up
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm gonna
and
say
just like sling him over my
I'm
shoulder.
not gonna let you do it.
I'll pick you up.
Contested roles.
Strength versus dexterity. Who will win?
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
Oh wow.
Shouldn't he take like a penalty for being intoxicated?
It would have imposed
It still
disadvantage.
beats you.
Yes, disadvantage would still be 26. Oh.
Apparently, I need to learn Way of the Drunken Master now.
All right.
Forget everything you learned. You are a drunken master now.
I have, out of character, I have considered letting Tread possibly change himself to a shepherd, Circle of the Shepherd rather than Circle of the Moon. But I feel like that would be disingenuous to his character.
He does like to transform himself as much as he likes to summon.
Yes. So you guys make your way.
Although,
Hmm?
after game, I do have something interesting that I will bring up. Continue.
So, I do have to ask, can I actually walk? Because I did have a little bit of alcohol already in me, and I puked it up.
It's a totter, but you can walk.
Okay, just walk next to Miyamura, just in case. Then I can just grab onto her leg and go, okay, I just stay here.
It kind of looks like a penguin is walking next to Miyamura.
I'm just gonna pick him up. Just pick him up.
I'm not going to contest that one. Miyamura is always nice.
He has his preferences.
Haven't dealt with the barbarian much.
You guys carefully make your ways back to the Lonesome Knight Inn, to your rooms. Everything seems fine. Everything is as you left it. The Tempest King is with you. Mr. Black and the and Isra are not there, as to be expected. And we'll pick this up next time. 2 weeks.
I don't remember anything.
Yeah, I'll have to remember. I have another campaign that I'm running in this world next Friday, the Friday after this one. I have to remember all that stuff too. So we'll catch you next time.
Oh,
Cool
shit.
music plays as lights go down. We'll catch you next week.